June 2006. Palau, a remote chain of islands in the Pacific Ocean. National Geographic scientist Lee Berger has come here on vacation. On the final day of his trip, he hears rumors of a possible discovery of fossilized human remains nearby. A local guide takes Lee to a natural cave on one of the smallest islands. The guide takes Lee to a small pile of bones. He knows right away that they are human. But just what has he stumbled into? Lee realizes the bones are extremely unusual. The piece of skull has a pronounced brow ridge, very different from the average modern human. The bone is also incredibly thick, and the shape of the forehead, the wide nose and small eyes would have meant a strange, flat face. Nothing like Palau's current inhabitants. Perhaps most interesting of all is the skull's size. It's about 25% smaller than that of an average adult human today. This creature, with its small, compact body, wide nose and narrow eyes, would have looked almost freakish. After 3 days in the lab, Berger and his team are starting to believe that these bones are not the remains of an ancient people at all, but a tribe of previously unknown tiny humans that lived in modern times. This would be the first evidence of such an evolutionary diverse people living alongside modern humans in recent times. The team won't know for sure until samples have been carbon dated, but they're beginning to suspect that these unusual-looking cave people could have populated the island just 3,000 years ago, possibly surviving until as recently as 500 AD. Scientists can only speculate, but the what-ifs are extraordinary. Did these cave people resemble us in height and appearance, but somehow grew smaller in order to adapt to a difficult environment? Or were they small when they arrived? Perhaps the answer is as simple as there wasn't enough food. With no crops or animals on the island, these people would have relied on what they could fish or scavenge. Their bodies and brain cavities shrinking due to a lack of protein and other basic nutrients. Evidence shows that the earliest settlers arrived in Palau just 3,000 to 4,000 years ago. Subsequent generations might have adapted to the harsh conditions, but it seems to have happened very quickly. This would mean that rather than humans evolving over tens of thousands of years, as previously thought, these little people could have changed drastically in size and shape in just a few hundred years.